What is up, you guys? It's your girl Chanel Janae from around the way. Hey, hey. And in today's video, I'm here with Mook and Bria. Hey. And the topic we are going to talk about in our, what are we calling this? Is it a girl chat? They're girl chats. And the topic of today's girl chat is going to be friendships. Because we know that those could be real messy or they could be really fun. So, first we're going to start out with how we met. I think that Bria should tell this story because she's the reason why us three are together.
Well, how I met Raquel is through Twitter. That's how we became friends. Chanel, the same thing.
See, you can find love on social media. It's real.
Facts. I met Chanel in the club years ago. And then she was going through like a rough time last summer. And we just clicked after that.
And when I say click, like, it just be us three, like, all the time.
Word. Definitely.
But yeah, that's really how we met. So, what we want to just talk to you guys about is our friendship do's and don'ts. One you need to do is don't spread your friend's business. Because I feel like as a friend, even if y'all have a going out, it is lame and whack for you to spread that personal information.
Definitely.
Like, clearly y'all was best friends at that time, so even if y'all go y'all separate ways, I would never do that as a friend. Like, I would never go spread that personal business or talk down on them after that. It's just over and leave it at that.
Another don't is if you have friends outside of your friends, don't tell your like best friends personal stuff to your other friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah,
like even if I was to tell Bria something, she shouldn't go back to tell Chanel because I might not want her to know.
Right.
I mean, if we say it in the chat, then she clearly or we clearly want everybody to know. But if I just personally hit up Raquel,
right,
then she should just keep it between us. Or the same thing with Chanel.
Exactly. I agree with that too. How do y'all feel about if you beefing with somebody? Because I've heard different sides of this. You beefing with somebody that your other friends are cool with. Because I've seen people like get really mad and be like, don't talk to them, don't be friends with them because I'm not friends with them.
I think it depends on the situation.
It definitely depends on the intensity of it. Because that's like, okay, if they got into a petty little small thing, it was no disrespect, but they just had like a minor dispute about something, it's no reason to be like, Chanel, don't talk to Bria. Chanel, don't talk to Raquel over something small like that because I mess around and be phony and stop speaking to one of y'all because y'all said it. And then when y'all friends again, now I'm the one that look dumb on the outside like, oh, now you want to talk because that don't make sense. But if it's something that's like borderline disrespect, like all the way, then maybe your best bet is to take your friend's advice and back
But
off,
the good thing about the three of us being friends, we don't never have falling outs. It's like basically a mature understanding. We don't ever have issues.
It's no reason to either.
That's really, between the three of us, there's never any drama. We just be like,
I feel like vibes are important too. Because it's not just a matter of being like, okay, that's a nice person, or okay, she's pretty. She could be a part of your friendship. Because people just don't be fitting in. Bria's the one that's always talking to people, random people, and bringing people.
At times I can be friendly. Out of the three of us, I'm the most friendly, but I'm also the most like aggressive.
She's the most friendly.
I am.
She's the most social.
Oh yeah, social.
Right, that's the word.
Friendly.
Social. I'm definitely not friendly. I'm social. I'll socialize with a lot of people. That's it.
I think the issue with the girls that we come encounter with is that it's a jealousy issue, and that's the problem. Girls be jealous for no reason, especially if she introduced us to them and then she's always with us and they be getting mad and be like, yo. But
and I feel like immaturity.
Yeah, and it's crazy though because like, man, Chanel, we cool. Like, we'll laugh, we'll joke, we're friendly. Because
y'all, let me tell you how hard it is to like blend your friends. That is the most difficult thing in the world. For my two close friends to get along and we could be a three happy family is Lord.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It's definitely difficult because obviously I'm not from here, so I do have other best friends. And this one right here, I feel like I have pretty much the same. I wouldn't say the same friendship, but
The same good vibe.
the same good vibes. Like I don't get into it with any of them. Like I don't get into it with y'all. Like I mean, we all mature. I think.
I'm
just
crazy, y'all.
I'm the sweetest thing.
And jealousy really gets me.
I mean, you a newcomer, so don't expect us to just be so open with you. That's definitely not going to happen. Me and Raquel have years in, like, she's the godmother of my child, and then Chanel. It's only been like a year and some change, but I feel like I know Chanel for forever.
Yeah, we definitely got that vibe.
Right. I feel like as a dude, it's just important to always support your friends, for one. Like, support is number one, and respect, obviously. So, like, even when your friends are going through something, even if they have a boyfriend that you may not condone with that relationship, because, you know, I'm not talking about who anybody is with right now either, but I'm talking about in the past. Bria had a very that I felt like was a. Is that the right way for y'all?
Shout out to you.
He was a lame, and I felt that way from the very beginning. I didn't even meet this dude, so I just never. Even when she told me like, right when she told me little stuff, I would be like, I don't really like him. But I feel like as a friend, you're still supposed to support your friends, period, in anything they do. Like if they want to do something with their life, push them to do it. If they have goals, push them to do it. Be a listener to your friends.
Cry.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna cut you out, but we gonna cry together.
Right. You need me to go? We gotta go fight? Let's go fight. We gotta pull up.
Or
Tim's.
Knives.
Mace.
bun or
Sugar. Bricks.
take nails off or
Another do. Give each other space. We talk every day, but we're not around each other all the time. Because first of all, we grown and we all got different lives. Like, we don't have time to be up under each other all the time. Now, talking to each other every day, to me, that's fine because I always want to know if they're fine. I don't like knowing that they're not fine. So to me, talking to them every day is, I'm content. But me seeing, if I saw them every day, I wouldn't want to be friends with them.
I will say that communication is big for me too, because that's the reason why a lot of the people that I used to be friends with before I met them did not last, was communication more than anything else. It wasn't like disrespect.
No,
It was just
real. We're better than
communication.
your other friends.
But it was really like when you feel a way about something, you should voice it. Don't let that build up and then all of a sudden over something so tiny you not speaking to me. It don't make sense.
Communication is
Key to life.
key to life. Thanks.
Definitely.
Let's talk about, before we close out, one important friendship that we had before obviously we came along, or something that totally went downhill. We don't really communicate with that person anymore. We're not saying names. We're not saying names.
Can we say fake
Just-
names? Because I don't want to
Yeah.
step up and say
We can use a different name or whatever. We're not trying to out anybody or anything like that. You can make a joke of it. It's just, we're talking about friendship, so I'm just saying, like, let's all give an example of one friendship that just went downhill and we are not any longer friends with that person.
Okay. My friend Alicia, we was friends for years, since we was like 12. Lied about having a deadly medical condition. Meanwhile, this girl, my mother took her in. I cried with this girl, thinking that I was going to lose my best friend. Come to find out, she lied about everything because she was getting jealous of my friendship with her. Then I was spending more time with her and talking to her.
And I was in a whole other state.
Whole nother state. And she was getting jealous, so her telling me that she was basically dying, of course, would take the tension off of her and me focus on Alicia. Yeah, so she lied about.
fake.
Yes, it was all fake.
Yo, like who?
I basically
who
like
does
cried
that?
like every night, thinking that I was gonna lose like an important person in my life, and it turned out it was like all fake. After that, she just had to go. She tried to hit me up and converse, but I'm just like, there's like no turning back for that. I feel like I can never just be okay with what she did. Like, I forgive her, but no, it's just like no,
How
it's
could
just
you
a no for
fake
me.
something like that?
People
And
just
speak
crazy
that on your life, and then have somebody so worried and complaining. Like, bye, Alicia. But anyway, in my friendship, this was a college friendship. This girl's name, I'm gonna say, is Shaniqua.
So extra.
Always.
And Shaniqua was a good friend of mine, you know, in college or whatever. And she stopped speaking to me. Honestly, we can put question marks right here at this part of the conversation in the video because I don't know why she stopped speaking to me, honestly. That's what that is. All I can say is that it was one 4th of July weekend or whatever. My boyfriend at the time made a comment to her.
Nothing.
So, you know, he had made a comment to her about her weight, and he was saying it in a joking way, like, ha ha ha, whatever. And clearly, as a woman, we don't really make those kind of jokes because weight can be a sensitive topic. But does a guy know that?
Because I got a whole gut over here.
Guys don't really pay attention to that. You know, then on top of that, he's not close to her, so he wouldn't know that that's something that she's sensitive about because she had just had a baby. So he made that comment about her gaining some weight and laughed it off, and she really felt the way and it hurt her feelings. She left it alone, but then her best friend came along and started being all extra. I believe she was drunk or so, putting her hand in people's faces and, you don't do that, you need to apologize to her, which he did. But she kept going and going and going and made it this huge situation. But long story short, the girl ended up she just stopped speaking to me. Period. And I hit her up plenty of times, like, not apologizing because I didn't do anything. And I even asked him, like, why would you do that? So it's not like I was condoning that. But even when I talked to them about it, it was more so like maybe it had to be something before that. Maybe that made her, this was just like her last little petty moment and reason to stop speaking to me, because that really didn't make much sense to stop speaking to somebody off of what their boyfriend said, so to speak. But yeah, that was the end of that, and we have not spoken since then, and that is totally fine. But I still wish her well. Bye, Shaniqua.
Bye, Shaniqua and Alicia. Next.
All right, so y'all gonna need some popcorn for this one. Nah, I'm not even gonna give her a name.
She don't deserve
not
a
like
name.
that. I just feel like if I won't remember the name and I end up slipping out her name. Sorry. But so basically I had these two best friends that I grew up with since elementary school. One since kindergarten, the other one since like 1st or 2nd grade. And high school, the one I know since 2nd grade, she had a child, and she had a lot of family issues. She ended up moving with me after we graduated high school. However, she had her baby father was in and out of jail, and she put a lot of attention into him. At that time, we was living at my father's house. She was supposed to pay like $300 a month, right? I'm in school, I'm in college or whatever, and she's working. Good job or whatever. She lived with me for almost a year, right? $300 a month, everything paid. When I tell you, she never paid my father nothing.
Like not even $300 one time at least?
Nothing.
Okay.
And at that time, like, I had to, keep giving excuses to my dad. So she's staying with me. Her and her daughter staying with me. And her baby father is in jail, so she's putting hella money on his books. She's also just, all her money is going to him, right? So her daughter is not being taken care of. She called me one day. I'm from the Bay, so I'm in San Francisco. We was living in Oakland. She called me talking about her baby needed diapers. Like, she did not have one diaper.
Wow.
Like, it got so ridiculous. Like, mind you, she's working. I'm not working. I'm in school. And I started to get frustrated. Her mom used to come and visit us and was like,
like, what's going on? Where's the baby clothes?
And I'm like,
Where they going? Like, they going to her baby father or whatever.
And I got so annoyed because when she got into it with him, or she would take it out on her child, like to the point where she was cussing this little girl out when she needed something, and it like crushed me because this is I'm I'm the godmother of the child or whatever. And so one day I am in another city and I get a call from this guy or whatever, and he was like,
Yo, you at home?
SWAT team, like, where you at, this, and I'm like, I'm gonna call you back. And I had just talked to my father or whatever, so my father would like come in and out. He already said he don't want her baby father at the house or whatever. He had just left the house. He comes back or whatever. So I drive to Oakland or whatever. My dad got guns in the house, so he's like tripping out. They not, they not like registered or anything or whatever. And long story short, they was after her baby father. They was watching him. I believe he was there that day. His car was in the driveway or some stuff like that. And at that point, I was so pissed. Like, I was so hurt that it even came to that point, because I was already mad about all the stuff going on, her not paying my father, the way she was treating her daughter, her just putting all her focus into a man. And I was just like, my dad was like, she gotta go or whatever. However, my dad is really nice. He didn't like actually kick her out at that point. But it got to a point where her mom had came. Her mom had came, and she tried to have like a sit down between us, and we was like, I'm good off of her. Like, I can't respect the way that she is as a woman, that she is as a mother. And
bringing all
motherhood edition too. Motherhood edition
definitely.
Right. I mean, and I'm not no mom, but I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I would get so upset the way that she would talk to this girl. Like, it would be to the point where like the baby, baby gets up at a certain time, they want to eat, whatever, and she'll be like, shut up. And I'd be like, what? Like, wow. She'll come into my room and I get her some food, or she'll come sleep with me, and it broke my heart or whatever, because that was really my baby. And so long story short, she finally moved out. We went our separate ways, and at this, she reached out to me. I had ended up leaving and going away for school. She reached out to me like on Facebook or something, and I don't remember if I replied back to her. I don't remember, because I was still mad at that point. And she is still friends with my other best friend. I mean, they talk, but she's just not the person. Like, I can never be friends with her again. Like, I speak to her like Mother's Day, holidays, or whatever, her birthday. Like, I'll hit her up, and my goddaughter's birthday and stuff, but
which is mature.
Yeah, but I can never be friends with her. Like, she's not somebody I can be around with. Like, she's completely changed. Like, and it's kind of sad, because you like, especially when you're friends with somebody at a young age, you all plan your life out.
Right.
We doing this, we doing that, and then it gets to a point where things happen. Like, people have kids, people go separate ways, people go away to school, and it's whatever. But the person who she is now, I do not respect at all. I do wish her the best, and I hope that she becomes the woman that I know she can be, because she's a very smart person. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm about to be 27, so we got years, more than half of my lifetime around this person.
It's almost like with relationships. I hate for a good relationship with somebody to end, because it's like all the time you invested in this person,
yes.
All of the personal information you share with this person, all like everything that you invest in, the money, time, everything, whether it's a boyfriend or a best friend or whatever, for it to end, that's what aggravates me the most.
About a relationship.
That's another relationship is definitely another video for sure, and I'm sure that y'all are really gonna want to tune into that. I think we did.
I loved them, and I'm so happy they get along. Y'all are babies.
I hate them.
Oh, wait a minute.
We
did not even explain why we have these wigs on our heads. So
It's a sleepover.
let's bring it back to that. We are having a good old friends sleepover. sleepover with some popping wigs, and we decided to, let y'all in on the girl talk so y'all can be a part of our sleepover. That explains the crazy wigs. So how y'all think we look in these though? Because I think we looking pretty good, pretty dope.
As Kimbella would say, still pretty.
And I think that is it. Stay tuned for another girl chat. And give this video a thumbs up if y'all want to continue to see girl chats with us.
Because we will give y'all all types of tea. Trust me. The real. No filter. So please give us a thumbs
up. Subscribe to my channel. It's all good. And see y'all next week.
Bye.